Yeah, I think it's been ever evolving and ever changing. We're at 67 employees operating in multiple different states and several different, levels of leadership. And those aren't brags. Those are just like facts that make it really, really a dynamic struggle. And so for founders, especially who, started doing everything, it is a journey of trust and a journey of letting go. I mean, you're just every single day trusting someone with your baby and letting go of the trust to allow them to lead it. But it's also part of, what gives me joy and passion is to see somebody step into their calling. And so 90% of our workforce has come from our program. And so we're giving men and women the opportunity to live out what they feel spiritually called to do, just like I did. And so that's really, I think that gives my wife and I a great sense of pride. But I think as a leader, I've learned that everything rises and falls on leadership. It's a very common saying, but it's so true. And if I am not developing myself, I have to lead the way. I've got to be listening to the most podcasts. I need to be reading the most books. I need to be talking to the most mentors. If there's anybody in my organization that's doing more of that than me, that's great, and I'm super stoked about it. But that means I'm probably not doing my job to push myself to be the very best that I can be. And that's what I've been trying to do, is make sure that I am setting the pace. Talk about running the half marathon. I'm setting the pace on leadership development. And if I can be in the best place that I can be, mind, body, spirit, then I trust, and I'm a spiritual guy. I believe that God's going to give me what I need to lead at another level. And that level continues to grow, and that trust has to continue to grow in myself. Yeah. And I think sometimes you don't have to fake it till you make it, but you've got to step in with confidence to know that, you can do it, and that you have been given a sense of influence no matter what position you're in. People are going to look to you, and they're going to believe what you have to say. And so step into it with confidence. And one of my mentors, Pastor Craig Rochelle, I always remember what he said on this podcast. He said, you as a leader, you can reserve the right to change your mind. And so you don't have to be perfect. And Mike, I've learned that in a huge way. I've been able to go back and say, hey, I thought we were going to do this. I thought we were going to open this amount of homes. I thought we were going to go to this state. I thought we were going to open this service line of programs or this event. But I realized that, we're actually needing to go this way or that way. And it's okay to change your mind. And I think people that are following you, I think they respect that when you're willing to say, hey, I think we might have made a mistake, or we went down a path that we shouldn't have gone. And so I just say, constantly growing and reading and listening. And the cool thing about this phone is it's a university on steroids of anything you want to learn. And there's so much great stuff on leadership development, and just pushing myself to be the very best version of myself. And it's an uncharted territory. I don't know where we're going. So I've got to find the people that have been there. And there's nobody that's been exactly in growing a residential recovery program nationwide. There's not any of those out there, but there are people that have dabbled in the different areas. And so it's those kind of folks that I'm seeking out and asking for advice and being willing to let them speak into my life.
Yeah. What's the book of choice at the moment? What are you reading?
I'm reading, it's Ed Milet's book, and I will open it right now. It's one more. It's that one more, Power of One More. And I've got 51 minutes left on it right now. And so I'm into Milet right now. I've got Discipline is Destiny that I've listened to a little bit. Ryan Holiday's one of his newer ones as well. And I would say this is an older book for leaders that are out there and they're trying to come up with the right motivation to maybe end something. I read Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud, and it was really helpful for me. I think the truth about leading a growing organization is not everybody's going to be able to go with you that started with you. And that's been a really heavy realization for me recently. And those staff members that started this journey, or even came in the second iteration, they might not be able to take you to the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh iterations. And Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud has helped me kind of tangibilize that's okay, and how to go about it, and to be able to make endings in a way that you don't kill the relationship. Right. And that's important as a leader. And I think that's been a big thing for my wife and I, is realizing that not everybody's going to be able to go into the next phases with you, maybe the promised land, if you will.
Yeah.